What's good, Chaotic Nation and Invisible People? My name is Chaos, and we are back with Showdown Live number 13. I hope you guys are excited for this Showdown Live. We got a fun time going for you. So let's get into this episode. So let's get into it. What are we going to get? Pikachu, Mega Arduino, or Weavile? Actually, out of the three, I don't like any of them as options. But out of the three, I'm going to have to go with Weavile. So let's see if we get a Weavile, a random Weavile. Let's see what we got. Weavile tasted with one vote. Okay. I'll take a Weavile, I guess. I mean, that's probably the best thing I could get out of that situation. So let's go back to Showdown. Ready to go. Let's check out our Gen 7 OU team. There it is. It's validated. We got our Weavile. Starting out with Assault Vest, Pickpocket. It's ability just in case it gets knocked off. You can switch into a knockoff and get the item of something that hits it physically. Icicle Crash, Brick Break, Knockoff, Poison Jab. Simple set. We do have Poison Jab for Fairy types, so that's going to be a thing. We outspeed pretty much everything except for the very fast electric types, which really, in this tier, it's probably going to be Coco, and that's probably going to be it. It's probably only going to be Coco. And I don't know if we live a shot from Coco, but I do have ways to deal with Coco in the back, specifically that Mega Venusaur. So that is why it's going to be part of the squad. I don't have a nickname for it because I didn't think of one. But it's max attack, max speed, typical set, jolly, just going to absolutely outspeed everything and wreck house. Next up is Calrissian Orlando's Therian form. Another Assault Vest user. I wanted something that's bulky yet offensive and fast. So Earthquake, Knockoff, Stone Edge, and U-Turn are the primary set. This is a very fast offensive pivot that I can use. Two offense. I wanted to pair something really nicely with Weavile. I thought a nice 4x weakness to Ice is a great way to pair with an Ice type. So Weavile can't switch on those Ice types moves as well as Venusaur in the back. So I'm not too worried about the Ice type coverage. I have U-Turn trying to outspeed literally everything in the tier. So I have two really fast mons. They're going to be putting in a lot of the speed and a lot of the offensive work. So that's what they're going to be primarily used for. It's got max attack, max speed, and it's going to be a very good mod. Next up is Big Bird, our Zapdos. This is our defensive tank this week. Our physically defensive tank, max HP, max defense. Going to have Air Cutter, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, and Defog. It's running a little bit of a weird tech this week, according to most standard sets for Zapdos, because you usually see like Heat Wave and things like that for the Ice types. But I'm not really worried about those Ice types. As I said, I have plenty of switch-ins to it. So I'm going to deal with it that way. And I have Thunderbolt, Air Cutter, and Hidden Power Ice. Thunderbolt and Air Cutter both stab moves. This is my way to deal with fighting types as well as psychic types. Not psychic types. Fighting types. As well as anything that's going to be offensively ground type. On the physical side with Earthquake and things like that. So it's a good counter to the ground types with HP Ice as well. And it's just a very good special offensive mod that I'm going to be running in the back as a nice defensive sort of pseudo pivot, not a real pivot. I don't have U-Turn. A lot of people run Discharge, HP Ice, Overheat, and U-Turn as the typical defensive Zapdos set with leftovers. And I'm not running that this week, so enjoy my fun little Zapdos set. Next up is Princess, our Mega Diancie. This is absolutely crucial as a lead Pokemon on my team. I am very weak to Stealth Rocks. Everybody on my team besides this Pokemon and my Venusaur are weak to Stealth Rocks or neutral at best. So, no, they're all weak to it. This is neutral. I mean, this is resistant, and Venusaur's neutral since there's a resist rock type moves. So this is my best way to keep rocks off the field, is just not to let them happen. So I'm going to bring Magic Bounce. I do have Defog on Zapdos as we saw, so that is a way to bring it back in and get rid of it. So I can get a good turn with Zapdos. I can get rid of the rocks if they happen to get on the field. Diancie's probably going to be a lead most of the time. Deals with those offensive leads. However, ground types are a big issue. And I do have Zapdos as another way to deal with the ground types, as well as Landorus. So we'll see how we want to run that. But it's got Diamond Storm for defense boost, Moonblast for special attack drops, and Earth Power just as a coverage move. Again, it's really weak to those steel types and poison types, so Earth Power is a good way to cover its weaknesses there. And it's pretty fast, 350 speed, 350 attack, and 350 special attack. This thing is going to go ham on a lot of things. Works as a very pseudo-defensive Pokemon as well as a very offensive and speedy Pokemon. So this is a really big threat to everybody who's going to be coming in. I have really good coverage for the team with coverage in ground types, with flying Pokemon. So it's going to be really fun to bring, and I think this thing is going to be just absolutely hard to break down. If we get rid of the ground types in their opposing team, and we get rid of the steel types, we are going to go ham in this match. And we have plenty of things to get rid of those ground and steel types. We got Calrissian and Flint to deal with the steel types, as well as the ground types getting dealt with things like Calrissian and Zapdos, because they're both are levitating on it, and I have Weavile for offensive side of that too. So we got a lot of good coverage here. This is probably going to be a good endgame sweeper, and it's just really good at the beginning as well to keep those rocks off the field. So we can get rocks off, we can force them to switch out, we can get something else in on that lead, and we can just destroy it. Next up is Flint, our Infernape. I brought something from UU up into the tiers. You know, Infernape just seemed really good this week. I was looking for a good fire type to take fire type attacks, as well as a good Pokemon just to tank ice type moves. This Pokemon just does that for me. It's as far as I know, it's quad weak to ice. Don't hold me to that. I think that's true, but I'm not sure if fighting resist ice or not. But it is going to be very powerful. It's got Mach Punch, Fire Punch, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Iron Fist. With Assault Vest, going to be very offensive and very speedy. Another physical offensive Pokemon. We don't have very many special offensive Pokemon. That's kind of why Zapdos is special this week, just because I wanted to run some special moves. But Diancie and Infernape are going to be our special sides. A lot of things are physical, but this thing came out be burned. It also is good coverage for the ice and fire types, especially with Earthquake and Fire Punch on it. So this thing is going to be very useful this week as a way to get rid of Diancie's weaknesses, and also just as a nice offensive fast Pokemon that's a nice pairing with the Weavile with a dark type. So it's nice pairing there. Next up is Mega Venusaur, our final mon this week. Venusaur is just super awesome and powerful, and this thing I absolutely hate playing against, but I love using this thing. It's got Earthquake, Leech Seed, Synthesis, and Toxic. This set is most likely the one that changes if anything changes. I've run a defensive Venusaur. I probably am going to need an offensive Venusaur this week. I know I've run a lot of offense with the rest of my team, but I need to have Venusaur sitting in the back here. It's going to be the one that takes shots. It'll Toxic stall teams. It will Leech Seed and wear teams down with Earthquake as well. And we got Synthesis to heal up. So this thing is very annoying and also is very good as a defensive wall. So that's why it's there. That is the team, guys. Let's get into some matches with this OU team. Again, once again, it is valid. I don't know why there's numbers behind there, but that's fine. And hopefully everything goes right this time. I don't have a nickname for Toxapex. Alright, guys. So after realizing that we have two Megas on the team, we dropped Venusaur, we picked up Toxapex to deal with the same spot. It's resistant to ice, resistant to fire with water typing. Works perfectly. So that's what we're doing. Baneful Bunker for defense, Toxic for stall, Liquidation and Gunk Shot as offensive and stab moves. So that's going to be the new team. It is valid. Let's check a look at how it works for me. Focus that shut. Alright, sweet. Alright, guys. Big changes happened to the team. I took off half the squad. The Diancie wasn't working. I knew that. Toxapex was not working. This set makes a lot more sense. So I switched into Mega Venusaur. It is the best option I have to get rid of fire and ice type weaknesses. I don't really have that much fire weakness. I don't really have that much ice type weakness now, but it is still a good way to counter those moves and those types. So Venusaur's coming in. It's going to be offensive. Earthquake, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Synthesis. I have to make it mixed attack because I need the Earthquake for coverage. Especially poison types, Toxapex especially. Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Stab, Synthesis for recovery. Next up is Miami. It's going to be my setup mon. I need another special attacker, so this is it. It helps me deal with the 4 times weak to ice people. So I got Scald, Ice Beam, Moonblast, and Calm Mind. I can set up in people's faces and absolutely just wreck and go ham. And I have Drill with Focus Sash because it's going to be weak. It's going to die really fast to everything. I can get Stealth Rocks up. It's a good lead, designated lead. I don't have a way to get rid of rocks besides Rabbit Spin and Defog. So it's going to be crazy this week to see how this works. I hate rebuilding the team this late into the video, but I need to have something better than what I had. So let's see what we got. Sableye lead. Sableye anti-lead. Easy to see that. Miami makes a good lead. 110%. Scizor also makes a good lead for me. Scizor makes a really solid lead. It also makes a good switch in. I kind of want Drill, but I also don't want Drill. We got an Air Balloon Heatran. Yeah, it's one of 3 things for the lead. I think I like Flint the best, so I'm going to lead Flint. It's the Mana Buzz, not what I would expect it to be the lead. Really not. But I can easily switch into Zapdos. Zapdos was not what I expected. Toxic. Okay, that's not fun for me. But I can T-Bolt into what? Yeah, I can just T-Bolt. I'll have to make a prediction. Moongus comes in. If I was doing this, a Moongus comes in right now. It's going to try and Spore. Might try to predict Spore. and that would be fun. Heatran comes in. Air Balloon? No. Okay. Stealth Rocks? Question mark. I'm gonna T-Bolt one more time. Try to get Paras. He could go for Magma Storm. He goes for Lava Plume, predicting my my Excadrill. And this time I'm gonna go Infernape. I want to keep my Zapdos around at least once. Even if it does throw Stealth Rocks up, Zapdos lives on 1 and I can do something potentially with it. On the slower mons, maybe like I can just hit anything that's not the Scizor or the Mandibuzz, really. Or this, so I can hit any of his top 3 mons. We get the Lava Plume, we're going to tank that like a boss, and I can Earthquake? I can Mach Punch. Or I can't Fire Punch, and I can't Poison Jab, so Earthquake or Mach Punch. Earthquake is probably going to be, I'm going to Mach Punch. I'm not going to over-predict this, just Mach Punch. So if I can get rocks in, if I can get, the thing is if I can get, you're still 1% too high. I like Flint to stay in the back. Do I think you stay in here? I probably should not. I can make a switch out. What wants to come in right now? Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz comes in. Clefable comes in. Sableye comes in. I'm going to switch Excadrill. I'm going to switch to Excadrill. I'm going to make a big boy play. I'm going to predict that Heatran does not stay in. If it does, screw me. Screw this guy. But if it does, very good play. I mean, if it stays in, good play. If it doesn't, oh my gosh. Got the switch to Sableye. Sweet. I can't set up rocks. But I can damage this thing. I predict you to stay in. I'm going to Earthquake. I'm going to make the safe play, Iron Head. Make the safe Iron Head play. There's a Calm Mind. He's setting up in my face. That's fine. He's got Recover. Alright, Miami. Perfect, easy switch. Even if you want to bring in Mandibuzz, predicting Earthquake, that's fine. There's a Recover. I'm setting up in your face. Let's do it. You try to taunt me. I'm going to at least 1+1. The special attack drop. Okay. But I can Moonblast you for free. I'm going to Moonblast for free. Sableye is very, very tricky in this match. I need to get my Excadrill back in and get Stealth Rocks up. So that's going to chip everything on his team besides... I mean, it's going to chip literally everything on his team. Neutral to Scizor. It gets rid of the Heatran on the switch in, which is really nice. It's probably got Defog and a Mandibuzz, and it also chips it, which is really good. And it can chip the Regenerator Fungus every time it switches in. But Zapdos looks really good at this point in the match. Miami looks really good at this point in the match. Besides the Fungus. Infernape looks really good in general in this match. So, yeah, we're just going to tank you. Will-O-Wisp is fine, and I just get to two-shot you right now. So you can stay in. You're stupid and use Will-O-Wisp on Misty Train. Fini, that's why I love Fini so much. There's the Scizor. Smart play, alright. Now, that's my special attack. You predict me to stay in. You predict me to switch out. I kind of want to switch into Big Bird just to sack it off. I don't think it's really necessary. I don't really have a way to beat Mandibuzz otherwise. I have Weavile to beat Mandibuzz actually. So I'm fine. I'm going to switch in Big Bird. Let it go down. That's fine by me. And I'm actually... Do I Air Cutter or do I Thunderbolt? I don't outspeed. So I'm going to Thunderbolt, try to parry you. Bullet Punch kills me, which is fine. I bring in Flint. And you cannot kill me, as far as I know. So I'm going to Fire Punch you. I don't freely Fire Punch. That's my issue. I don't freely Fire Punch. The Heatran could come in with Flash Fire. But the thing is, I still beat the Heatran 101. So I'm going to Fire Punch. Yeah. I'm fine. I beat the Heatran 101. That gets rid of the Scizor, which is fine. That's what I need Infernape to do this match. Other than that, it's Infernape's done its job. So Sableye comes back in. I can fire. I think I just want to fire punch it in the face, just to do some damage. Burn, no burn. Recover. He's gonna recover stall me. It's fine. It's fine. I still burn. I'm gonna stab you as much as possible. If I get a crit, so you're playing with fire right now. I'm gonna make a big boy play. I think I want to make the. Do I want to make a big boy play right now? Do I make the big boy play? I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna fire punch. That's fine. Clefable switches in. No problem. Poison jab. I'm not. You go down. You go down. That's fine. I have Excadrill in the back. I have Fini in the back, which is fine. Poison. Calm mind. All right. You just let me go ham. It's fine. Send in your. Go ahead. Send in. Please send in the Heat Train. Infernape wins this fight, dude. The only thing that's going to be good against the Infernape right now is the Mandibuzz. Because I take out the Sableye, I take out everything else. You're not outspeeding me. Unless you have Sucker Punch. So I can hit you with Fire Punch and do some damage. Maybe get a burn. So I'm going to try to snag a burn. Didn't snag a burn. Knock off. We live. And Mach Punch is plus 1 priority. I know how much Sucker Punch is. I'm going to Fire Punch again. Go for another burn. Got the burn that time. He's got a Citrus, though, which is nice. Nice to see. Okay. So, Sableye still runs amok. Weavile is fine to come in right now. Weavile actually comes in and does work. Weavile actually does work right now. I like that. But I also don't like it. I'm going to switch to Miami. You can Toxic me, but you can't Toxic me. So I can Calm Mind in your face. Which I love doing the Calm Mind in the face strat. The only issue is still the Heat Train. And I can Moonblast. Toxic doesn't work in this. So now that I have +1, I'm not worried about clicking Moonblast. Nothing wants to switch in and take a Moonblast right now. So Heat Train comes in right now and tries to bop me. That's all it's got. That's all you have left to do. It's the Moongus. Alright. The Moongus is fine, in my mind. I'm going to Ice Beam. This Giga Drain's doing not much, actually. And we two-shot with Ice Beam. So Miami just sits here and does the rest of this game. Like, you can't touch me. You cannot beat me at this point. Miami literally sits here. The only thing you can do is hope to bring in the Heat Train and hope you kill me. But then you have to rely on your slow Mons to try to outspeed my... Rely on your slow Mons to outspeed. Alright, so Heat Train is what you want to live. Which is actually not a bad idea because it kills everything on my team besides this. And you're just going to forfeit. So I win that match 110%. Not worried about it. That team looks better. I like how the team's flowing this time. Got my Fire Water Grass core. We're going ham. I got my Fairy Steel core. That's cool. Pelipper lead, 110%. Switch into. I really need not HP Ice. Pelipper lead, and I have Big Bird. So let's see the Pelipper. Let's see the Pelipper. I'm gonna switch to Venusaur. I'm not gonna think about it. Switch straight to Venusaur. You have a lot of flying types. Wow. 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 I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I really don't. What do you want me to say, my man? What do you want me to say? That's a play. It's a play and a half. It's a play and a half. Alright, fine. We can do this. We can do this. I should have synthesized. I should have mega synthesized, but whatever. We can do this. We can do this. There's the Greninja. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm just going to Moonblast. Damage. Protean with Gunk Shot. Nice. See that. Okay. Being a play. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Drill. How do you make these predictions, dude? How are you doing that? Get my rocks out. Give me rocks. Do something, Excadrill. Do something right now. Do something. You hit everything. Why are you hitting every single move? I don't understand this. Venusaur, you gotta be able to tank one. That's all I'm saying. You gotta tank one. Tank it. Nice. Yo, Pokemon Pichu, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the community, my man. Alright. 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 Okay. We're not in such a bad spot right now. Synthesis again. You got Hurricane. We know that. Sweet. That's cool. I'm a Giga. Just because I can. What's going on? How you doing, my man? Welcome to the community. As the thing says, make sure you check out all the fun stuff. Alright, that's fine. You can Ice Beam me with Polyper all you want, my man. Venusaur, wow. Venusaur wrecks you right now. So fight me. No more rain for you. That limits your Swampert. It can't even come in right now, which is perfectly fine for me, because Ice Punch is not going to kill me. Gardevoir comes in. Alright. Fairy type. Fine. It's fine with me. Fine with me. What you got for me? Really? I don't want to see what you got. But, poison? Psychic. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. You know what else is really cool? Dead Gardevoir. That's what's really cool. That's really, really cool. How about we poison the Rin? There's the poison. Thank you for finally working for me. Please. Alright. Noivern. Okay. I'll admit this is not what I want to see. But, you know what? Venusaur, you've done your job. Swampert's all that's left, but it's going to be a pain. So I'm actually going to switch into... I want to keep you around. I need something to deal with this Noivern. And I have Hidden Power Ice. So nothing wants to switch in right now. Just going to say that. Big Bird just sits here. Nothing wants to switch in. You got Draco. You don't even have Draco. What are you doing? I'm doing Showdown live. I do this every Monday. I create a team based off of a Pokemon. So that's what we're doing. If you've never seen it before. Alright, I'm fine. Let Zapdos go down. That's fine. It's fine. I don't need it anymore. I'd like to have... Oh, wow. Wow. Offensive Landorus is the only way that you beat me. Offensive Lando. Offensive Lando? We're about to find out. But we still have Weavile on the back. I'm not even worried. Weavile just wrecks the rest of the squad. Offensive Lando. 110%. Alright, Weavile's up. Now, I can't really predict. So I kind of just gotta go Icicle Crash. I know it's a Mega Swampert, so I kind of just gotta go Icicle Crash. Give me a kill. Not Sash, perfect. Alright, we did what we need to do. Swampert's gonna be slow. I doubt it outspeeds my Venusaur. I think I just Icicle Crash, hope for damage. Yeah. Flinch? Bruh. Crazy. Yeah, we win. Because Venusaur is literally just going to put the work in at this moment. It's 262. We outspeed. Unless you're max speed, we outspeed. Ooh. Max speed could be very crappy for us. Just going to say that. Do not be max speed. It's not max speed. I didn't think so. We take high speed, dude. I'm going to Giga. I don't need to synthesis another time. We win. Just sit here and win. Oh, Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is so good. I love Mega Venusaur. When I use it, I love it. When I play against it, I absolutely hate it. You Psychic me in the face. I ain't worried about that. Venusaur. Oh, wow, you don't. We outspeed. Holy cow, that's a slow Gardevoir. GG's, man. GG's. GG. Good match. Good match. I think we have a team. I don't think there's anything else I can really do to make this team better. Maybe a different move on Excadrill, but I don't know. I think that's the team. I'm going to stay with that's the team. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, guys. Let's take a look at this team one last time. Of course, we have a Weavile that we started with. That is going to be a very, very cool mod to run if you want to have fun. I have Assault Vest. You probably want to run Focus Sash. I'm going to actually say, I'm going to give you the Focus Sash set. Just run the Focus Sash. It doesn't work with Assault Vest. It's just too frail. It's absolutely too frail. But Icicle Crash, Brick Break, Knockoff, Poison Jab, good coverage for everything, good stab for everything. It's a very good mod, very powerful. Going to be a nice, speedy, offensive sweeper at the end of the game. Definitely don't use it right off the bat. It's not going to do its job if you stay for the bat. If you just throw it right in, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. Big Bird, a really good defensive switch in. It's got Thunderbolt, Air Cutter, and Hidden Power Ice. The tough play on Zapdos is picking Hidden Power Ice or picking Hidden Power Grass. Swamperts like to come out. You like to see Seismitoads. There's a lot of water ground types that come out, and it could be very tempting to pick a grass type move here, which honestly would work, but Hidden Power Ice also works as well. So maybe you want the ice move, maybe you want the grass move. Take your pick on what you want. Unless I am being stupid. Yeah, it's Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Grass. Like, that's what you gotta pick. That's the big fault with the Zapdos. Does not have coverage for what you need it to do. So Hidden Power Ice, Hidden Power Grass. Take your pick here. I chose Ice just because I have a Venusaur, so I'm not too worried about the water ground types. So I have a Venusaur to deal with that, so I'm not worried. But we have Thunderbolt, Air Cutter, Hidden Power Ice, and Defog. Defog, get rid of the Stealth Rocks. They are very detrimental to this team. Get rid of them as soon as you possibly can, because Weavile is weak to them. Zapdos is weak to them. Flint's weak to them. Everything else is neutral besides Excadrill. So you have a very weak team, the Stealth Rocks here, and you want to get rid of those things as fast as possible. That's 12% on switching, or 25% if 25% if you are anything that is aforementioned ones that are weak to it. So make sure you get rid of those things as soon as possible. Next up is Flint, a very good offensive, physically offensive destroyer. It's got Earthquake, Fire Punch, Mach Punch, and Poison Jab. You do not need the Fighting Stab. There's a lot of flying types, a lot of other things, but this thing is going to be a nice revenge killer. It comes in on whatever is like 5 to like anywhere under like 20%. This thing can come in, Mach Punch something in the face, and it dies. So Flint's a really good revenge killer. Nice mon to have in the back. Definitely not a good lead. I mean, you can run as a lead, but it's not really a good lead. So you take come what may. Take whatever you want with that thing. But this is a very good set for coverage and all that stuff. Ass V gives you a nice defensive side of this mon as well, making that defense stat sit about let's see, half 17. Chaos is doing math on the screen. This is not good. It's probably hitting about 300 in special defense, so that's a pretty tanky mon as well as a nice offensive powerhouse. So make sure you check that thing out. It's going to be good. Definitely, I think this thing could be OU, but UU is a nice place for it too. I might throw this borderline, but whatever. Another borderline mon that's not in OU technically. So we have 3 of those in this series. Obviously, all 3 of them work really well for this team, so I think they work, and they definitely be OU. But we got a Mega Venusaur here. This thing is uber defensive, gets rid of our fire weakness, gets rid of our ice weakness. We are actually just booling with this thing. It's amazing. It's very powerful, and combine that with Tapu Fini, we are absolutely not taking damage from ice and fire moves. We have coverage. We have everything we need for this thing. So very offensive Venusaur. It does not need to run defensive because it's so hard to run a defensive Venusaur because you lose moves. You either don't have Earthquake to cover the poison types. You don't have Giga Drain to cover the water grass types. The water and ground types, and you don't have Sludge Bomb to cover the fairies. You don't have something, so you gotta run offensive Venusaur. It's one of my favorite ways to run Venusaur, especially the Mega set. I also like the defensive set, but the offensive set just goes ham, and this thing is just tanky as it is. Doesn't really need to be defensive. It can be if you want to just absolutely wall somebody, but the offensive set works with this team, and that's what I'm going with. So you want to run an offensive Venusaur, here you go. Have fun with it. I have Chlorophyll as its ability because if in case someone does a Sun team, you can outspeed. So that's simple as that. You can outspeed, maybe Earthquake, a fire type. Would be kind of crazy. So check that out. Check that out. It's good tech. Next up is Miami, the Tapu Fini. I brought this set back in, oh god, when was it? Like week 7, I think, the Heracross week. But it's really good again. Exact same set. Scald, Ice Beam, Moonblast, Calm Mind, max HP, max special attack, a little bit of special defense. Calm Mind just sits there and boost and boost and boost and boost. It's great play against Sableye. You can just sit there and Calm Mind up on it, and it can't really do anything to you. Maybe Toxic. And that's it. But you can just Moonblast through things. Scald, Ice Beam, nice coverage moves. Obviously Stab with Scald and Moonblast. So very powerful mon. Very, very good sleeper mon that a lot of people sleep on in this tier. It's reading its OU, and its ability is absolutely amazing. Misty Surge allows it not to be toxic or anything like that unless the Surge goes away. So you have 5 turns of basically just set up with this thing and just run ham. So it's going to be so hard for someone to get toxic on you unless you have to switch it back in at the end of the Misty terrain. So it's going to be a very good mon. Enjoy it, have fun with it, and use it wisely. Next up and last up is Drill with a Focus Sash. This thing can be run differently, I guess, but I would like the Focus Sash Rocks lead, Suicide lead-esque Excadrill. The Focus Sash guarantees you 1 turn of movement Stealth Rocks gives you a guaranteed chip on everything. There are a lot of flying types in this tier, so make sure you use that. It's also really good just to get chip on everything. As I said, if you get things weak enough, Flint just comes in and revenge kills everything. So it can be a good revenge killer, and it can set up a lot of things in your team. It's a really good counter to fairy types. It's a good way just to switch into something if you need to switch in. It does have the focus sash, and it's pretty fast with 302 speed, outspeeding pretty much a good chunk of this meta game. 88's not the best speed, but it outspeeds a lot of things that are going to be defensive. So you want to run this thing against defensive Mon, it's going to go ham. And it's a really good Mon. Mold Breaker, nice to deal with like the Laddie twins if they want to try to levitate on you. If someone's trying to do that, you have Earthquake, just plows through them, no problem. Good way to get rid of all of the abilities on opposing teams. It's a really cool Mon. I thought Landorus was going to be a better option here, but Excadrill actually makes more sense as a nice way to just a nice way to get rocks up on the field and counter things and be offensive. So I think it just does the work a little bit better here. But that is the team for week number 13 with Weavile, guys. Enjoy that. Make sure you guys check out the Twitch channel. Check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/chaos6. You can go vote there, !vote, and you can suggest, !suggest, any time of day, even if I'm not live. So make sure you go check that out. Vote and suggest for the next week. It's always going to be open. And of course, if you want to use items for being around in chat, you can throw perks on the Pokemon, giving them a specific item, giving them a certain ability, giving them a certain move. You can do that with the perks. So make sure you check that out with !items while you're over there. But I'm gonna wrap it up here with this section of the stream and this Showdown Live. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Hit that like button, show your support for Invisible Corporation. If you're in the live chat, !IC, check them out. Hit that subscribe button over there while you're at it to show your support. It's where I do a lot of my other content besides Pokemon, but Showdown Live is going to be showing up there too. So enjoy. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, my name is Chaos and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.